Hello, Women Insurance Producers Unfiltered. I am your co-founder, Yola Alsabag, and with me today, as usual, is Miss Linda Strong, our other co-founder. I'm probably going to be doing the wrong screen again, but
Yep, yep.
Linda, we just wanted to jump on real quick and talk about this last weekend because we spent some time together. We met some wonderful women that are a part of our community, one of which was Heather, one of our moderators. And I'm excited that we actually got to meet and do some business things together.
Yeah, no, I am too. And guys, let me just be real with you guys. The only reason we're going live right now or recording this is because Yola woke up and said she had a good hair day and she needed to take advantage of it. So I'm in the car getting ready to start my day. Obviously, Yola's 2 hours behind me. So we just wanted to come give you guys a little update of what we did this weekend. It was pretty fun. Yola, were your legs sore?
Oh yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
know what? Mine weren't, but we're gonna put some some videos up or some pictures up. But it was Mother Carini
Cabrini.
Cabrini Mother
Yeah.
Cabrini. We walked up. It was like 400 stairs in Denver, so the altitude and the oxygen was already kind of kind of rough. But we made it all the way up there. But I wasn't sore. Sarah said she was sore too.
But how beautiful were those views when we finally got up there? I mean,
Oh
the
man,
sun was up.
yeah.
Like, when you got there, like the whole world just opened up to you. And I want to thank you for the prayers that you did for our community that day. And, it was just really nice to kind of reconnect and see that no matter how big our problems are, when you're up there and, we're just so small compared to everything else that the world is and that God's given us. So it was a beautiful moment that I got to share with you and Sarah. So thank you for that.
Yeah, it was once we got up there and caught our breath, it was great. I do think it's probably because I'm the consummate salesperson. I'm always looking at sales angles, but I do think they're missing the boat. They could have sold those little oxygen things and water. So, you get all the way up to the top, and if you don't have no water, you were struggling a little bit. But man, I thought it was awesome to see a lot of our older generation, the folks that you and I help on a daily basis. And, they were going up there. And I think, Yola, you said at one point there was a group of older ladies, and it flashed in your head, oh crap, that could be us in a few years. So, it's good. I loved it to get around. I mean, there's just something about getting around others that are, in the same business that you are, facing the same struggles, all of that. It's just good for your heart. It's good for your soul. And eventually, in 2025, that's what we want to start doing with our entire group, is finding different areas that we can, come together and break some bread.
Yeah, definitely. Because it's like you said, it's so important for us to connect on a personal level. Screens can only take us so much, and you and I are always texting or doing something when we're talking. But unless we meet face to face, a lot of that stuff can get misinterpreted. So it was cool to kind of spend a couple of days and kind of see how we both interact with each other. And we see each other online all the time, but you know, honestly, I was sore because of the dancing. I wasn't sore because of Mother Capri. So the day
Fair
before
enough.
Mother Cabrini, y'all, what we did is we went out and we took on some dancing. We went to a local country bar. Thanks to Heather, she took us there, and we were able to, do some line dancing, get together, put the cha cha slide on, and just have a few drinks and let loose. And that was awesome too because it was like just be yourself. You're come as you are, right?
Hey, and you know what else I noticed on that? And first off, I didn't do any dancing, maybe just a little bit.
I've got videos. I've got videos.
It's still not dancing. It's movement, but it's not dancing. I was not on beat. But there was something I noticed when we were doing that is, guys, happiness and just overall joy, it really does bleed over into other people. So this little bar wasn't super crowded. There was maybe what, 20 or 30 people there. And what I noticed is like when you guys got up and started dancing, there was a couple other people that were like, "Oh, let me go do this, to the point where they were even coming over to the table and kind of chit chatting with us and things like that. So, I mean, share your light. There's somebody out there, and who knows? I forget that lady's name. She told us
Wendy. It was Wendy.
Wendy, yeah. Wendy, if you're seeing this, yeah, we love you, but we don't ever know what somebody else is going through either. So she could have been going through something, and was just trying to get her mind off of things. But that was really cool to see people come over and interact, and we're just out there acting a fool, having fun. But sometimes if you can do that, you open it up for other people to do that as well. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah, it was a good time because, like you said, the music was great. The alcohol was flowing. Let's just put it that way. They weren't the best shots that we've had, but hey, you don't get selected when you're in a town that you've never been to before, so it was just one of those things. And what I loved about us, especially us, is because we're willing to go out and do those things without any reservations, right? Like, oh no, I don't do that, or no, I won't do that. Like, all of us were just so open-minded about just enjoying the night together, and that's what kind of took precedence. Yeah, we were the party. We didn't need to have a full bar so we can actually have some
Yep.
fun. And it was cool because, like you said, like, just, it was good to just let loose. And Wendy, I know Wendy had some things happening. We also had that couple there. I feel like it was their first date. Did you remember?
Yeah, I mean, we were definitely looking around and trying to figure out who was doing what, or what was
Yeah.
going on. But yeah, which, hey, that's something that in this business, like, we come into this business and we're all gung-ho and excited and lovey-dovey, and like, let's do this. And then same thing with relationships. It starts out like that, and then all of a sudden it kind of becomes mundane, and just you're doing the same thing over and over. So again, getting around people that have that. I say it all the time: success can be lonely. Because there's a lot of times that if you're stepping your game up and you're still hanging around people who aren't stepping their game up, you got to make a decision. Do I keep hanging out with the folks that aren't going to progress me, or do I try to find folks that I can grow with? And I really feel like, you, Heather, everybody else that's in our community, I want to grow with you guys.
Yeah.
It makes it more fun.
It's definitely cool to have insurance friends because, like, my friends outside of insurance, yeah, we have a good time, but it's not the same good time that I have with my insurance friends. It's a different type. And this is my 6th year going into the business, and as I look back as to my friendships that have developed, it's been in the industry because we have so much in common and we can collaborate with each other. We can understand that, listen, it takes a lot, and it does take a certain individual to not be so closed off to the world where you're like, no, I'm not doing that. Because if you are,
Yeah.
you're succeed in this business. Door knocking is one of them. I've seen women, they're like, oh no, I'll never door knock. It's just too crazy of a world out there. And it's like, I've met the nicest people just door knocking. I've met my best clients just going out there and knocking on their door and telling them I'm here to help them and just being myself. Like, it doesn't have to be a scary world if you don't make it a scary world. Just go out there and put yourself out there. They're not always going to be good experiences, but I feel like that's how you grow. You go through that experience. You're like, okay, I never want to go through that again, or I'd like to do that again. But how would you know if you don't actually do it?
Right.
So
Yeah. I mean,
kudos
put
to
one
you
foot
for
in front
actually
of the other.
doing
Yeah, you know what? And listen, um, just like this group, we've had to put one foot in front of the other. I have said, for everybody listening, it's almost been like you and I creating this group. Um, it's almost like we went through a dating stage, and then an engagement stage, and then the marriage stage, and then you start finding out shit you didn't know, like that wasn't put out there at first, but you get comfortable, and now you know. So I mean, it is interesting, but I think we've both given each other the grace to handle life and grow, and I think that we play off of each other well.
Yeah.
Obviously, everybody knows you're the bougie one, and I'm the one that don't really give a crap. But I think that's good. I think that's good for the group.
Yeah, I feel like we have a good balance within each other. And these women that are joining us, like Heather brings a certain, personality to us as well that kind of adds on and feeds to us. A lot of women that are joining us, I know that we're not full time with a lot of women, but I feel like I don't want to waste people's time either. Like you and I are just getting committed into all of this. Like we just signed the bank accounts last weekend. So, as our business grows and as our community, we have women that are growing with us, which is so incredible. I know it's never going to be just me and you for the rest of it, or else we
Yeah.
failed, right?
Hey, and here's the other thing is I'm 100% positive that there are women in the group right now that have so much to offer and they just haven't stepped forward yet. And if that's you, if you think that's you, this is your call out to say, hey, bless us with your knowledge, bless us with your intellect and your ideas. That's what we want for the community is to, you know, grow a group that stands on some purpose, but wants to see others do well is at the same time. And that's the thing, Yola, is there's so much room. Like there's room for everybody.
Holy
It's
mackerel, is there? It is
yeah,
like
so it's
there is no such thing as competition. I truly feel like there's no such thing because you have a different set of traits and personality than I do. We just got done talking about that. And each one of us brings something to the table that nobody else is able to bring. Regardless of how similar we are, we're just not the same person. So that's why a lot of people joining us, and it is a call out to somebody that wants to join us and wants to give us their personality, because we only have two out of like 65 million others that we can be having for our.
yeah,
So I'm kind of excited about the
no,
growth.
that's
The sky's the limit for us.
yeah. Listen, we don't want to take very much time, but last question to you: what was the funniest part of the weekend? Was there anything that stood out that was just you could pee your pants?
I mean, and I have laughed at this at least 4 or 5 different times when we were at the restaurant and you were asking the lady for chips. And she was like, so all we have is fries.
No, no, there was chips. I saw. Let me show you.
That was
And then
by far the funniest moment of the weekend because you were just so gun ho that you had seen dips. And she was like, so all we have is fries. Like she made it so simple, but it was hilarious to me because, oh, Linda.
there was no homemade chips. It was homemade dip. And as I've gotten older, my eyesight has gotten a little worse. So, and then you know what was even worse about it was so I settled for the fries and they had sugar on them. It was kind of odd. It was,
What
not
about you?
not for
What was the funniest part of the weekend for you?
oh gosh. I don't know, man. I shouldn't ask that question because I don't know what the oh no, I'll tell you the funniest part is I got there a little bit earlier than Yola because I was flying, she was driving, and we get to the hotel and we get her room, and they made us pay $25 extra to check in early, and so she pays the $25. We walk all the way down to the room, and her key doesn't work. So I'm like, oh man, that sucks. We walk back up, get another key, come back down. It doesn't work. I'm like, Yola, give me the key. You've got to be doing this wrong. Like, there's no way that this happened to us a second time. So they did. We go back up to the front desk, and we were staying at this little hippie thing. I don't know if I'll let Yola pick
I'll never.
hotels again. I don't know. I'm not sure about that. But they give her a different room, guys, and this room is on one floor up. So we get up there, that damn key doesn't work either. I'm
Yeah.
like, what in the world is going on? So we finally got Yola into her room, but just seeing Diva Yola rolling her bag around, pissed off because her hair was what wasn't doing what she wanted and was mad. That was probably, but you handled it better than me because I probably would have really gone off.
Well, I had been
after
on
the
the road
third
for
time.
7 hours. I had been awake since like 4 in the morning so I can get to this place, right? Like I just
Yeah,
want
you probably had to poop, and it was like it was making it so much worse. But yeah, that was good. But the whole weekend we got to see live action. This is the second time we've met
yeah,
in person. It was the first time we've met Heather, so we
yeah.
definitely got to see how we mesh well together. Heather almost hit a parked car, but we survived. We didn't have. She almost ran us over into a canyon. Remember when she ran over the stop, the little, I don't know what you call that thing at the beginning, but
When we went to Lebanese food and they didn't have baba ganoush.
oh yeah, that's probably, guys. Yola wanted to get some Lebanese food, and I'm like, yeah, I've had it, but not a whole lot. Let's go. We walk in, and she's no, you were mad about the
Holy.
tabbouleh. She wanted tabbouleh. They didn't have that. She said, well, what about baba ganoush? And they're like, oh no, we don't have that either. Guys, there was fire coming out of Yola's eyes, and she put that menu down and said, fine, we're not even doing it. We're not like, we're not eating here. You don't have the two main dishes. But we found a place.
Yeah.
We did find a place, so
20 minutes
that
later,
worked out.
we drove it up.
And I walked in first and asked if they had those two dishes, because I thought we're gonna have to call the cops if we get into this one and they don't
Yeah.
have it. So
You don't get between a Lebanese woman and her tabbouleh. Let me just tell you.
yeah. And let me tell you guys what, for as prim and proper as Yola is, when that food came to the table, I don't know where she went, but she disappeared for a second and this beast came out and definitely tore that food up. But it was good. It was good. It
Yeah,
was
thank you
definitely
for
good.
again entertaining my whims of wanting to have cultural food. Because I was like, after our first attempt, I'm like, forget it. Let's just go to like an Outback or something. I'm not doing.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm like, no, we're already here. We're gonna do this. Like, we don't have anything else to do.
Yeah, you guys were.
But we rode motorcycles. Um I let Yola ride me around, and I was on the back of the motorcycle. So we'll show you guys that as well. But guys, we really can't wait until we can host an event where we can get, I don't know, 25, 50 of you guys together and just have an evening and celebrate each other's successes and help each other learn some lessons.
Yep, I agree. I thank you for this wonderful conversation. I am looking forward to where we actually bring other women to this, and we can just make memories because all we have is our memories. And I want to make memories with you, Linda. I want to make memories with Sarah and Heather and everybody else that's joining us now. I feel like this is the just the beginning of a very beautiful road.
Heck yeah. So y'all stay tuned. We got some other videos coming out. We're trying to catch back up. Guys, life happens to us as well. And we've got home lives, we've got work lives, and we're doing this as well. So show us a little bit of grace. And we'll eventually get there to where in the mornings when you wake up, the first thing you want to do is go into the group and see what new stuff is out there. So y'all have a blessed day. And if you're on the East Coast, if you're in Florida, man, heed the warnings. If they're saying get out, please get out. It's not worth it. You can replace a lot of stuff, but you can't replace yourself. So heed the warnings, but
Stay safe.
stay safe.
Stay safe.
Yeah.
You guys are in our prayers. What's happening is just beyond devastating. So we have you guys in our prayers, and this too shall pass.
Yep. Bye,
All right.
guys.
See you guys later.